RWP is brought to you by Porch Beer Entertainment.
Can we briefly talk about how weird that email that you sent was? Like, can you explain some of the thinking behind it? Because, like, I'm just gonna read it out loud, just because, like, I don't understand. I was weirded out by, like, I was like, what are you talking about? So the softball league guy, Pete Nelson, said, all right, you're on. Everybody's on the team. The games start next week. Blah blah blah. Tony Duran, my hero, Tony Duran, this rando on the team, said, I volunteer to be captain.
Yeah.
You said, awesome, thanks a ton. Everyone here own a black shirt of some type. That seems simple enough to do to establish our team color.
The original email talked about deciding your team shirt color.
Sure, and like, I thought your email was fine. You said that. But then you followed up and you said, ignore my last email. It's for a home renovation of sorts. Really getting this off to a good start here, ...
Wait, no, you guys didn't get the home renovation one?
No.
Yes, you did. Because Jake texted me and he's like, dude, why did you send that email?
No.
Yeah, so.
I didn't get that email.
Okay.
That means the other people probably didn't get an email too, and now they're all very confused.
They got it too.
Why would I not get that email?
I hit reply all to the original softball email. I will show you. Hold on.
Well, who was check and see who was on that, because it wasn't me, and I think everybody else is also probably like, what the hell is this guy talking about? Home renovation. And then Jake said, I'll be on the team, and then Tony Duran's like, hey, let me just clarify. Again, I volunteer to be captain. I mean, I already hate this. I don't know why you talked me into doing this. I already hate it because we're going to be playing with strangers. I don't like playing with strangers. There's going to be this Tony Duran guy is going to be way too into it, and we're going to be like, oh, we're just here for fun. And Tony Duran's going to be like, I'm the softball king. And it's just going to become a mess. You're going to be making jokes, and like no one's going to be getting the jokes, just like your emails. Nobody's getting those emails.
Okay.
It's going to be a disaster.
Okay, so I can't find it anymore.
You didn't send it.
No, I did.
That email doesn't exist.
No, because Jake and I were talking about it. Because
maybe you sent it just to Jake.
No. It was super vague. It was basically like, I was like, so does this pricing affect the quote? And I said, what if we only went to 14 inches instead of 16 inches? And then the next one was
you didn't send it.
Oh wait, I can read you verbatim because I copy and paste it to the actual guy who needed it. Here we go.
Okay, but I'm telling you, it's not there. The softball league did not receive your weird email. Instead, they received the email of you apologizing for a weird email that we didn't get. So instead, you just made things awkward. More awkward.
Yeah.
Because I got that email and I was like, what the hell is he talking about? I was like, Dalton's ruining this for us. Making us look like idiots. For softball. Yeah, I don't know. I don't care. All I'm telling you that I didn't get that email, and I was like, "This is it. You're already making it weird for this league and this team." What is our team name gonna be? Do you know?
Oh yeah. So I wrote like final questions.
Sure.
Is there a price difference if we only fill to 14 inches versus 16?
You didn't send that.
What's the anticipated totals with a 20% discount? And what's your availability like? I swear to God, I blasted that to the entire thing. Ashley saw it too.
You might have sent it to another email of the league, but you didn't send it to this thread because I didn't get it. Instead,
how did Jake
get
it
the
then?
Other email. I don't know.
I literally replied.
Did you send it to like the...
No, because the reason you got the disregard email is I replied to the one I sent to the group with that phrase.
I'm just telling you, it's not there.
Dude, it was there.
All right, well, we'll figure out the softball stuff here. I'm just worried that things are going to get weird because, like
Why,
I said...
like, weird? Like, are you worried that we're not going to get playing time?
I don't know what's going to happen. Did you see some of the...
We're all like...
So you can
at least at the very minimum... You and I are very baseball savvy.
Well, yeah, I know. No, I'm not saying like we're going to have any issues, but I'm looking at... So the big question to determine like people's attitudes is when they ask the what is your preferred field position question on your questionnaire and the way people respond. Now, people like you and I put, anywhere because like we're like, look, we'll do whatever's best for the team. There's one person just put hitter, which is like, okay, yeah.
I saw that one. That was amazing.
And then one person put no idea in all caps. We've got a pitcher. We've got some people have very specific places that they want to play, and it's just that's already sounds like some attitude. So there's attitude already right off the bat that's coming into this, and I'm a little worried. That's all I'm saying.
I'm definitely gonna try to play the infield once, but since this is a men's,
I don't want to play outfield. That's all. I'll tell you.
Since this is a men's league,
Yeah.
people are gonna be fucking teeing off.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm gonna be.
So
doing.
well that's our MO. So I'm probably gonna play outfield out of just sheer
that's what-
obligation.
yeah, you're the outfield guy. You're the speedy reindeer. It's running around in the outfield. You even kind of have the body of a deer in a way.
And
I've seen you run. Like when you run, you kind of look like a deer, a gazelle.
A gazelle, long,
gazelle.
powerful strokes.
We'll see. Next Tuesday will be the first softball game, so we'll actually
It's
get
a
to.
doubleheader too. Yeah.
Oh my god, I didn't even see the schedule. What time do we play on Tuesday?
No, so every game is a doubleheader.
Jesus Christ.
So we get, but that's
What time do they start?
between 6:45 p.m. and 10 p.m.
They start between that time.
I think everything wraps up by then.
Everything wraps up by 10 p.m.
55. So
10:55.
yes.
Do you understand what time I go to bed?
Dude, I go to bed at 9 too, but this is a commitment we all made.
So
Ben.
so the commitment is I have to go play a doubleheader of softball on a Tuesday night. I usually wake up early on Wednesdays and work out. That's not happening anymore.
Well, I'm sorry, man.
Where are the games?
We put Centerville, so it should be close.
Oh my god. This is
You live in Centerville.
this is already a disaster. This is already a disaster.
I think it's gonna be fun, and my dad is so excited.
Well, that's good. I'm glad he is, but I am not. I'm just telling you right now, if I'm staying at the field till 11 o'clock at night, I'm going to be a little pissy. I'm going to be a little mad, especially if we
Need to
get,
bring
like,
you a
crushed.
snack?
Like,
Okay, well, obviously we can't get crushed. There's no way.
well, actually, that might be better because there might be mercy roll.
There is.
What are we eating for dinner that night? No, not tonight. I just mean, like, in...
Tonight is Margarita DiGiorno pizza.
Oh, yeah. No, you guys don't have to keep making little pizzas for me. I mean, every time you go to the grocery, you go, do you think Ben will like this frozen pizza?
We do.
Yeah. See, you don't have... Cause
Are you gonna eat the pizza tonight?
I like the margarita one, yeah.
Will you eat it?
I'll think about it. Yeah.
You ate it before. Twice.
Yeah, I'll probably eat it. We'll see.
Why are you so non-committal on the DiGiorno pizza?
Well,
I know you can't believe it's not delivery.
Let me let you into a little secret.
Yeah.
What I like to do, Salty Dalton, is
Don't talk to me.
when I get home and it's editing time and it's just me, because Abby's working on Tuesdays, and it's just me in the house, I like to take my pants off, and then I like to get the laptop set up for the editing.
This sounds like something completely different.
No, for the editing,
Extracurricular.
I flick on the TV, put some like sports on in the
Do you
background.
flick anything else?
And I get the laptop going, and then I pull up my phone and I hop on a little app called Uber Eats, and I peruse and I see what wing place do I want to order some wings from tonight, and then I sit there and I edit and I wait for my food, and then it's like a couple hour party, and it's just me there listening to the show, editing. But I do appreciate the margarita pizza. I'll have a slice. Is it already being made right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'll have some. Just because you guys are being nice. Speaking of nice, here I have a question for you. Like Reddit, where they do the AMI.
Ask me anything.
Not the M. No. The other one. The AITA. I think they do it. That's one of the
Oh,
like
yeah.
threads.
Okay, yeah.
So am I an asshole? So have you noticed on Facebook anybody that we know that's like a teacher will put up their Amazon wish list on social media to be like, hey, if you feel like you can hop on here, you can buy some school supplies for my classroom. Now, the Random Word Podcast is a big supporter of education, right?
Yeah, we're an educational podcast, first and foremost.
I saw somebody that we both went to high school with that I don't really talk to. I saw her put up a wish list. I'm not going to tell you. I saw her put up a wish list.
You can blank the name out.
I know I can, but then that's just extra work for me. So, but then I can just not tell you.
Here, off record.
So it's I mean, it popped up on Facebook.
yeah.
So it popped up on Facebook. Like, I don't talk to her, but it popped up on Facebook, and I was like, you know what? I'm feeling charitable, so I'm gonna hop in here on this Amazon wish list. I'm gonna pick a couple items out, and I'm gonna buy them, and I'm gonna have them shipped to her. And I looked at like the Facebook thread, and she was like saying, like, she was like shouting out people that had bought stuff, and she was like, man, this is so nice. Like, oh, you guys are being so great. So I was like, hey, maybe, I'm not doing it for the thanks or the trophies, but I'm doing it to be nice. So I picked out a couple items, pretty high ticket items. I mean, I didn't spend like $100, but like,
nice.
There were some books on there that were like $5. It's like, I'm not going to pay $5. Like, if I'm going to help you out, I'm going to help you out. So I picked out a couple items. Boom, boom, boom. shipping to
So if
so-and-so.
this were like a sports program, would you consider yourself bought into the booster level?
Sure, yeah, I contributed.
Something where they would like...
It's like how the scam that George Mason makes me do when I get my season tickets. They're like, well, would you like to... Well, you to have these seats, you also have to do a donation to the university, like athletic program. It's like, I thought my donation is the hundreds of dollars I'm spending on the tickets. And it's like, no, you have to do a separate donation. So I ordered these items, and I was like, all right, here we go. And that was a couple days ago, and I got the notification a couple days ago they had arrived. They were delivered. Everything seemed to be smooth.
So she probably would have gotten notified the second they were bought.
Oh, yeah, they would have showed up.
So you're saying that So if I'm trying to read the situation correctly, and I'm just going to take a stab.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go
ahead.
So you, out of your own generosity, being a good person,
I'm a charitable guy,
having nothing to do with the recognition.
No, and I don't even talk to this person, and it's not. There's no ulterior motives.
You invested a not insignificant amount of money.
Yes.
Into the future of her teaching career.
Correct. And I just did one for my sister, and I'm totally fine with helping out. I'm helping out the teachers.
Right. No.
I'm a man of the people.
And so you're saying that from that moment that you clicked free 2-day shipping on Amazon, you had 48 hours where this person...
Facebook. I'm on Facebook all day. It's on my phone. So I'm checking it constantly. And you know what I'm doing? I was checking it constantly to see, hey, is Facebook message going to pop up and go, you know what? Thank you so much.
You think maybe, so she had 48 hours to maybe give you a
She's had almost 3 days now at
this
point.
You're more looking for like the almost the acknowledgement that it's something that's happening. So it could have just been like, wow, saw you did this. Thank you.
So it arrived 3 days ago, both items. And it is now Thursday. And I would have expected a little message that said, thank you. You didn't have to do that. I appreciate it. I don't need like a medal. Again, I'm not in it for the trophies, the medals, the recognition, the awards.
But you would like the recognition and the award in this case.
In this case, I kind of wouldn't mind. I mean, I just spend like my money to help your dopey kids.
Have you considered the fact that maybe the investment you made was... like insignificant compared to the people she was shouting out.
No.
Maybe there's a dollar
I
threshold.
bought one of the highest dollar items. I'll say that. I bought one small item, and then I bought one where I was like, this is like some shelf organizer. I'm not going to say the amount, but it was significant.
Over under $100.
No, definitely under. No, I did not. Like I said, I didn't spend anything up to $100.
Over under $50.
Might have been right around that range.
Right around there. Okay, that's not bad.
Which is, I mean, again, like we people all the time put on Facebook like, hey, help me my GoFundMe and stuff, and I take off. I'm not helping you with your hospital bills. But with this person, I was like, hey, she's a teacher, she's looking for some help, and I thought, look, Moneybags Ben. I'm looking to spread my wealth any way I can.
Well, maybe she's so overwhelmed by your generosity, right? What if she names a corner of the room after you? Like
a wing.
Ben's
I'd
corner.
like a wing, like the big wigs get in hospitals. I'd like a wing.
Maybe it'll just be Ben's corner, and that's where like the kids who have trouble reading
Abby said that she thinks maybe she's writing like a handwritten note.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying maybe the shout out on Facebook is for like the person that goes, here's $1, or would you like to round up your purchase and donate the 32 cents?
I mean, I'm definitely gonna feel like an a-hole
when you get the handwritten. What if it was
I get the handwritten letter?
What if it was baked cookies, hand delivered to your door by that person with a note being like, you changed these kids' lives, and you have a podcast, let me support it. She dials in to the Rando Nation. She hears this.
I mean, it's possible, but I'm just telling you, I expected, and again, I feel like an a-hole because I expected a little. I don't need much, Salty Dalton. I just need a little, hey, thanks so much for supporting education in America.
Listen,
no problem.
We've been friends for a while.
Yeah.
Well, we've been co-hosting a podcast for almost an entire year now. So I think I can shoot straight with you and kind of shed some light on this, on whether or not that you are truly an and honestly, Ben, 100% you are not.
Oh, I appreciate that. Wow. So wow. Okay. So that I was expecting you to go the other way with that.
I consider it the same as like
that's the air horn.
When you're running something like that and you're asking for donations, and if it's something formal like that, it's sort of like any other thing you do. Like if you donate on GoFundMe, right? Mm-hmm. You get an automatic reply.
Yeah. And I've done that before.
What it does is it just acknowledges the effort you put into it.
Yeah, that's all I'm
because
looking
you're
for.
not looking for a gift. You're not looking for like a front headline newspaper. It's
No.
just it's a simple thank you. Like if I were to
Am I open for interviews? Yes.
if I were to hold open the door for someone,
Yeah.
and someone doesn't say thank you,
Yeah.
I'm kind of just like, hey, come on, it's common courtesy, right?
Exactly. Or you let them in traffic. I expect just a little wave. I don't need like a parade for me, but just a little wave. Hey, this is heavy duty traffic. You just were a nice guy. You let me in. This is a way of acknowledging your act of kindness.
Right.
When people don't do that, I get kind of pissed. I get
So
kind of salty.
when you put yourself in the situation of if I walked up to you and handed you $1 and just said, here's $1, would you say thank you?
Yeah, for sure.
Probably.
Absolutely.
And now if I handed you, say, $50, I would probably be like, hey, what is your name?
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Oh, I would be very appreciative. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying is it's been
You feel
some days.
stiffed. You feel stiffed in the sense of like it didn't seem to make an impact what you did, and she didn't acknowledge the fact that you even exist in the realm of this organization.
And I wonder, and the only part that makes me kind of an ass is sometimes when I'm in this scenario, I kind of picture it as like if I died like next week, would this person, would this, I kind of want that person to be like, you know, I don't even talk to him, but he donated $50 to my classroom. And, like, that just shows the type of guy he is. I literally am only doing these acts so when I die, people have good things to say about me.
Yeah, and
Anytime
I
I
mean-
commit charity.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I do
Sort
it.
of does take away from the charitable nature.
Sure, but I'm still
I-
doing it.
You
I'm
are.
still giving the money.
You're still providing.
I've done some
charitable service.
GoFundMes. I've filled it. Not myself. I'm saying I've paid in GoFundMes, and I get a thank you every time. I've gotten a handwritten postcard before when I donated to some cause.
I think when you're organizing cause like that, unless it's something massive like the St. Jude stuff, you get the automatic reply. But if it's something small, Wrigley just died somewhere up there. When it's something like local like that,
Yeah.
there's you're not getting 45,000 people pouring in.
Yeah.
You have the time to respond.
That's what I mean. That's all I wanted was like a little response, just a little response, and then that would be cool. I'd be cool with it. I'd say thank you because I made sure to put my name. There was definitely a gift receipt. Like it said, like, dear so and so, have a great school year, Ben, and it had like my name and last name, and it was right there. So
And last name, okay.
and last name was there. So on both gifts, on both items. So we'll see what happens. But I appreciate your opinion there. We'll get ready to start the show in a moment. I am the one actually controlling tonight's show. Salty Dalton didn't have a chance to put together a format, so the show is really in my hands, Salty Dalton, because
It is.
I have a lot of power. I could
Yeah,
have done
you do.
segments about Down with Dalton, like let's list 10 things that we hate about Dalton. Like I had a lot of options and opportunity to take you down this episode, but you know what? I decided to just stick with the regular format. I do have Ben's Quiz Corner, or whatever you called it that one time. It was like to be or not to be or something like that. We've got that. We've got Fishbowl, Pilot House, Do's and Don'ts, Call Center, sponsors, and one more reminder. People, we are 1 week away from the anniversary, and we are disappointed in a lot of you.
Yeah.
Some of you,
All the time.
we're happy with. But the rest of you, we're disappointed because we've been saying for weeks that we want you to email in and send in your voice memos talking about your favorite moments from the last year. We've been sitting here once a week, almost every single week, talking into these microphones and giving you some entertainment. So we're going to scold you a little bit because we've only gotten a couple submissions. We got a week to go.
We're spanking you right now.
So as soon as are we? Are we spanking? Are we using what are we using? This a paddle? Ping pong paddle?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have that paddle now because they took down the ping pong table in my office, so I don't get to play anymore. That room's gone. It's converted. No fun anymore in my office.
You never
Ping pong
you
table's
didn't
gone.
bring this up.
Ping pong table's gone.
When did this happen?
There's recently.
Do they understand that the dynamics of
Do they
the
understand
office?
this is the only reason I go to work every day? Yeah, it's gone. It's gone.
That's a
It's
huge-
a no fun office now anymore.
Damn.
I've walked around and I've
Just
told
been-
people I was like, hey, there's no fun allowed here anymore. So just so you know, I've decided I got to start wearing suits in and dressed like for a funeral.
Dude, that's huge news.
It is huge news. It's not good, man. It's not good.
Oh,
Makes
dude,
me
well,
upset.
so where did you finish in the final leaderboard?
Oh, I was in the lead. I was in the lead when we stopped playing. I got to about 600 wins, a little over 600 wins.
you just did You've got the Cy Young.
No, I did. I mean, I did what I needed to do on the ping pong table. I can retire with my head held high.
Okay.
But it's a sad state. It's a no fun state now, and it's a communist state in my place of employment, and I'm ready to revolt. So we'll see what happens with that.
You heard it here first, folks.
Yeah.
Mascot.
Viva la
books.
revolution! Let's do this thing. We're gonna start this show now. Salty
You
Dalton.
might need to bleep out your company name, but I don't know.
Oh, I mean, who cares at this
Yeah, it's
point?
fine.
I mean, the only people that listen are the people that know me, except for those people that don't know me and do listen to the
Except
show,
for
which is
a
weird.
bunch of listeners we have
What's the
all
haiku
across
here?
the country. So the haiku is called Chalk. Wordy wintertime, for a yellow hot chalk prowls above the giraffe. Beautiful.
Hot chalk?
Hot chalk.
That could be like a thing.
Hot chalk.
That could be a fishbowl idea. Hot chalk.
Hot. Well, like.
We'll think about it. We'll noodle it. Let's start the
Okay.
show. Here we go.
I'm just going to keep saying the name. It's the Random Word Podcast. You got to understand what that means, right? Everything that they do is based on Spy Kids.
I came up with this dick monster,
By the way, look at that bird. That could be on the Random Bird.
letting the sweet release of death embrace me. Grab the dustpan!
Dog justice.
Dog justice too.
Feel the lure.
Yeah.
Tim's dad has been thrown out of 5 Little League games so far by the local umpire crew here, but
I just can't quit you, dear. I just can't shoot you.
Can't quit you.
Good morning.
Good morning. Hey, buddy, wake up. It's time to go. I ordered these from the Baby Gap. Eating a dictionary?
and she kept saying the word heavy.
Hunter, I barely know her.
Your Tamagotchi has AIDS. It's like, how does it have AIDS? Like, so many baby heads could fit in there.
I don't think. Bite my neck like a fucking vampire. Ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
It's time to waste your time. It's the Random Word Podcast with your hosts, Ben and Salty Dalton.
Welcome in, Rando Nation. Nationwide is on your side to episode 45. You heard it here first, folks. Episode 45 with your hosts, Ben and Salty Dalton, in front of our live studio audience. And Terrence is in pretty bad shape.
He's on his last legs, literally. He has only one leg left, and
Yeah. Well,
after a year, he takes a lot of damage.
he does. I mean, it doesn't help that we don't let him leave.
Yeah, we don't let him leave, and then after every show, to get our aggression out, we beat him up. We
Yeah.
beat him up. We kind of we pick him up by the legs and throw him against the wall like a rag doll.
Yeah, and one of his legs popped off like a Lego piece, and
It did.
we just can't figure out how to put it back on.
But Terrence is here. You guys are here. And as always, you can find us on social media at the Random Word Podcast on Instagram and email in. Again, you got 1 week. I preferably get it in over the next couple days so I can get it ready to go for that show. But the Random Word blog at gmail.com. Your favorite moments. We've done a year worth of these shows. You got to have a favorite moment. CMO Pete will make an appearance on the show. Nick will make an appearance on the show. And some other voice memos that we have set up from some cast-in characters. But if you want to get on the show, send us a note. So, as we mentioned, we're reversing roles a little bit here. I did prepare the format, and I am the one with the word.
I have no idea what's going on.
I
So-
have the word. I've blacked it out on your
Yeah.
format, so you don't know.
It's weird not being in control of the show.
Yeah. So I know where we're going, and you don't. I mean, I could take this puppy down some weird rabbit holes. I got a puppy in my hand, and we're going down some rabbit holes.
Wait, why was a puppy in your hand?
Take
That's not the phrase,
The
though.
show is the puppy, and the puppy goes down rabbit holes to kill rabbits.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. That's an interesting analogy.
Yeah, I don't know where
And
it came
that's what
from.
you bring to the table.
I'm a farmer. What can I say?
I'm a farmer.
I'm a farmer.
FarmersOnly.com.
So this is going to be weird for me because I'm going to be the one. Okay, let me just mentally prepare. All right, this is a big moment here. All right.
Your word is. Your word is.
Cacophony.
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 I almost said something just by reflex as that drop was coming in. I was like, I'm just
I
gonna
mean,
say
you're
a word.
trained. It's like Pavlov's dog. Like
I'm
you've
just gonna
been
say a
trained
word.
for a year.
I had to stop myself.
Cacophony.
How do you spell
Cacophony
that?
is a noun. So you spell it Cacophony. Cacophony. It is a noun. The definition is a harsh, discordant mixture of sounds. My example would be, in the Barker household at times, the dogs produce a cacophony.
Yeah, I would agree with that. That's nice. I like that one.
And it
Cacophony.
sometimes comes over the microphone.
Cacophony.
Cacophony.
What a weird word.
Cacophony is the word here. And
I think
yeah.
it came from like coughing, like people who have like violent coughing attacks. It sounds really bad.
I might have. I didn't actually look up any more additional information. But I do know that the word is, cacophony. So it's like a bunch of loud noises. And it's like they're not.
What's one of the worst noises you've ever heard in your life?
I mean, dentist drill's got to be up there.
Oh my God. Yeah, definitely.
Because I had once when I in high school at first day of basketball tryouts, I caught an elbow in the mouth and the top part of one of my teeth chipped off. And so
Did you swallow it or?
No, I don't know where it went, but I don't think we had the top anymore. It disappeared. And so I had to go to the dentist, and what they had to do was they put a cap on one of my bottom teeth, but before they put the cap on, they have to sand your tooth, the top of your tooth, to flatten it out. Because it was kind of because it's chipped, it doesn't chip perfectly.
Yeah.
So the sound of the sander in my mouth, like flattening that out, and now they numb you up, but you still it doesn't numb your ears.
You can still hear it.
It was one of the worst sounds in my life because you're feeling some pressure, and then you're just hearing it was terrible, and like sand, like because your teeth are like wood, so you're seeing like sparks fly up, and you're seeing like wood chips.
Sparks fly up. Yeah.
I mean,
What do you got? Metal fucking teeth, man?
It was wild. But that sound, and then like your standard dentist drill is pretty bad.
It makes your mouth like my mouth, like if your mouth could flinch.
Oh, it makes you flinch. Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Like you feel like your teeth are like puckering up.
It's not good.
Yeah. Okay, that's not a bad one. Yeah, dentist is definitely up there.
It's up there.
I would probably say the sound of a bone breaking. Because, like, you've broken your ankles before or whatever. Or, like,
I haven't broken my ankles.
what was it?
I broke my foot.
Your foot, yeah. I was thinking of you sprained, like, your ankle super bad.
Oh, that one was bad.
Yeah. But, like, any kind of, like, ligament tearing, bone breaking
because it makes a sound.
It does. And most of the time, sometimes it's audible to other people. But the sound that you hear...
Yeah.
It travels through your body because it's inside your body, and hearing like something that isn't supposed to snap is just like
not good.
It just, you get the shivers. So, like when I watch like those like crazy action movies or something, and it gets gory, but it shows like when he grabs the arm and like he breaks the arm or they break the leg, and it just the crack, and I just get like a like PTSD almost.
The other one would be like the fire alarms in like college in your dorm. If you like produce any amount of smoke from the oven,
oh yeah,
the fire alarms are gonna go off. And the funny thing is, there's no like sense of urgency about them. Like they'll go off for a while, and then they'll eventually stop. But nobody actually comes to check like are people alive. They just eventually go off. But it's a hint of fire. I remember once we were in there, and a guy that we roomed with, Mason, had like a girl over, and if it was just the girl, me, and Mason, and they were like off canoodling somewhere, and I was cooking up some chicken, and the chicken starts setting off the fire alarm, and it's just beep, 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 and Mason comes out like in just his boxers. He's like, dude, what the is going on? And I was just like, I was trying to cook some chicken because I think I hadn't been cooking long at all, and I just didn't know what I was doing.
Fighting your legs, yeah.
I didn't know what I was doing at the time, and like I'm setting the whole place on fire, and he's trying to get with this girl, and like the fire alarm goes off, and like obviously killing the mood a little bit. I don't think you can just like keep going when when you're hearing that noise.
It's a felony.
Yeah, it's a well. No. Wait, what?
It's a felony, dude.
Well, it's a felony. What do you mean? What's a felony?
Well, obviously you can't keep
if you don't
continuing.
Leave?
Yeah, you have to leave.
Oh, well, we know that's not true because we've all stayed in our rooms when the fire alarm's gone off. In like college and stuff. Like I remember staying in the dorm once.
But also for like canoodling and stuff. That's like against the law during a fire alarm.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So you got to just. Oh, well.
It's like Virginia statute 682.
You're making this up.
No,
This
no,
is
no,
not
no, no,
true.
no, no. I'm not even joking. We had a conversation about this the other day because the fire alarm in our buildings went off.
Yeah.
It's like Virginia statute 682.3 subparagraph. It's like within this thing
I don't
under the
believe
fire laws. Dude, it's fucking wild.
It says like you cannot engage in like sexual activity while this is going off.
Well, yeah, because you're supposed to be doing it's disobeying fire policy because you're not adhering to the rules, but it does cover that. Yeah.
Wow. Virginia's got some weird laws.
Yeah, they do.
We got to find that. That now.
It's 100% made up.
Yeah. Okay. Jesus Christ. I was about to say.
Anyway, yeah. So, and I think we can both agree though. The worst sound you can ever hear is "we need to talk."
Oh yeah.
100%.
Well, yeah. Those are the worst noise
Nothing
ever.
sends you into a tailspin more than that sound.
It doesn't even have to be audible. You could just read it and you go, "This
and you
is
get
not
the
good."
same. Yeah. Oh, dude.
Because there's never like, "We need to talk. I've won $1 million."
Oh my god, Ashley's the worst culprit at this because basically like Ashley and I never really we would never regularly call each other.
Sure.
Because either like we hang out or we text
like
a lot.
texting and stuff. Yeah.
I'm
Our
just kinda
generation
like
does.
yeah, and I'm also just like if I'm on the phone, it has to. I don't like
You almost
talking.
knocked that over.
I don't like talking on the phone inside like
Yeah.
a building. For some reason, to me, it
That's
feels
weird.
like
I like talking on the phone.
well, in my house is okay, but like if I'm in a room with other people, I immediately go into like it's like a one word answer mode where I'm just
Sure,
like,
I'm with you on
okay,
that. Yeah.
100% professional, no matter what it is. And so what's funny is like, and so we had talked about this before when Ashley like and I were probably around like year 3 of like dating, and I was like, hey, we have to get over like this phone call thing because whenever you call me on my phone, it's only ever been something bad. So like Tilly was lost, someone's died, like all this other stuff. So I'm like conditioned when I see the phone ring from her,
You're like disaster
at a weird hour.
Yeah.
The first thing I think is absolute disaster, and that's how it used to be.
Yeah.
So she started calling more the last like year or
Just
so.
being like, "Oh, how you doing?"
To just be like, hey, what's up? And like I started getting a little more used to it, but there's just something about like it just makes you feel that way because sometimes it'll be like
anytime any member of the family calls you like out of the blue, sometimes you always got to be like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And I talk to both my parents fairly regularly on the phone.
But when it comes out like that, yeah.
But sometimes you're just like, what's going on? I don't know. But so that's Cacophony. Again, Cacophony. That is the random word. Now we transition from the random word into thanking the folks that put this show together. And that is our sponsor, Salty Dalton. We've got a couple of sponsors here.
What the?
Okay. And I'll start with you, and you can go first, and you can pick your poison there on which sponsor you would like to promote.
Yeah, no, definitely. We're really glad that this group signed on board with us here at Rando Nation headquarters. That's RNQ. RNHQ, as they call it on the streets. Yeah, so we're actually here to talk about a product today that I've actually found incredibly useful. It's called Knife Phone. And basically what it is it's an external case that you put on your phone. Okay. And it's sort of like a Swiss Army knife. It's a multi-tool, right? Oh. So you have your screwdriver, you have your knives, specifically a lot of knives. There's probably like 4 or 5 knives in this bad boy.
Oh yeah.
And it's geared towards, for the everyday person who wants to protect themselves, for the hiker on the trails with their satellite phone. It's a phone case geared towards the rugged person, geared towards someone who enjoys the outdoors. Knife Phone has been incredible. They have a lot of different models with customizable tools.
Yeah. Any deals for Random Word podcast listeners?
Yeah, so if you go to knifephone.edu.
Educational
weirdly
site.
enough, it was started by someone at Princeton.
Oh.
It's a weird offshoot site for them. Knifephone.edu/RWPHQ. And what you'll get is a special edition of the Knife Phone.
Really?
And it's got the RWP logo on it. And
So
it
it's
has
a phone. It's
2 extra knives.
So it's a Swiss Army knife that has a phone with it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Knife Phone.
Knife Phone.
We appreciate Knife Phone. They do some great work.
Why don't you introduce us to our next sponsor, Ben?
Sure. So Here's the thing. Let's say you're a sloppy eater, right? Your hands are just flinging all over the place all the
spilling
time.
beer all over the
Spilling
wall.
beer all over the walls. I was getting there. You jumped the joke. And here's the thing. You're spilling all the time, and there are different products you got to use for different things. Okay, a carpet cleaner for the carpet. I got to use this stain remover for the bed sheet. Then I've got to use this for the counter. No longer. You got to spill pizza juice everywhere. No longer. What we've done is we've taken all the cleaners and have combined them into one solution that covers everything, and that is called Home Erase. You can use it on any surface within your house, any sort of stain, anywhere. Home Erase has got you covered, and so does the Random Word Podcast, because you can get 2 bottles of Home Erase. Yes, that is 2 1-gallon bottles.
1 gallon.
1 gallon bottles
That seems,
from Home Erase.
that seems hard to operate.
2 for 1. It's like a year's supply. By going to homeerase.com and entering in our code Spilled Beer. Again, that's Spilled Beer.
Okay. It seems like an oddly specific dig for the sponsor to make. But
Spilled Beer, and you go to, again, that is homeerase.com. You can get 2 bottles of Home Erase. They'll erase any stain you have. They'll help you out,
including humans.
and you'll be covered. Home Erase.
Man, it's incredible. It seems like there's absolutely no harmful chemicals in there at all, you know?
No.
For it to be used on everything?
So here's the thing. I mean, it's still going through FDA testing, and by that I mean they haven't submitted anything to the FDA yet. But,
Okay, yeah.
But,
Patent
I mean,
pending.
it's probably fine. It's probably fine. People use things that they just put together all the time without approval. So it's fine. Let's move on here to a little thing, a little segment here called Ben's Quiz Corner, otherwise known falsely by Salty Dalton's name, which was
Truth be told.
Truth Be Told. Ben's Quiz Corner / Truth
Because
Be
it was
Told.
true or false. And also, the camel statement that...
I mean, I've looked it up multiple times and it was correct. It's filled with fat.
But then later on, you said, what am I, a camel? When I was talking about holding your urine or something?
Yeah, because I wanted to prove the myth that in our culture, so actually it was more of like a statement for you, like, were you paying attention and that sort of thing. So these are going to be 10 true or false questions.
Just like
And
the last one?
The subject matter for these ones are the wonderful subject of food. So they're going to be food-related true or false questions.
Okay.
I've got 10 of them.
Only 10?
Got 10. All right. Question number 1.
Bring it.
Pineapples grow out of the ground. True or false? Pineapples grow out of the ground.
I should know
true
this
or
because I have one
false?
tattooed on my body.
You should. You should.
No, man. See, the way you ask these questions, I think everything is just false.
I'm never gonna.
Because you're like they grow, and you're super specific.
I mean,
they grow out of the ground.
This is very obvious. Like, you should know this. Pineapples grow out of the ground. True or false?
Yeah, hold on.
I need a true or false.
Yeah, what? Where else would they grow from? Rocks?
Well, trees. Pineapple trees.
Trees are in the ground.
Well, it's saying like grow out of the ground or grow from trees. So what?
Are you talking like you pluck it like a carrot?
I can't really respond to questions. It's just true or false. Pineapples grow out of the ground.
And I'm having this image of pineapples hanging from a tree like coconuts, right? Because
Do
they
they?
sort of look like little palm trees.
I don't know. Do they or do they not?
But based on like your just general like connivingness,
I'm not a conniver.
I'm probably gonna just say, I'm tied up now.
Pineapples
true.
grow out of the ground.
True. Yeah, 100% true.
That is true.
Yeah.
Good job. Green olives.
Are you not gonna elaborate on that at all?
No. Green.
What do they look like?
You're gonna have to look them up later. Green olives are just unripened black olives. True or false? Green olives are just unripened black olives.
Now, I'm not entirely sure how olives come to be olives.
I think they grow in the ground.
Well, they gotta grow somewhere.
Yeah.
But I feel like they're grown like grapes, maybe, right? That's just my theory. So
I like how you think grown in the ground includes trees, because that's not what that means.
that is, but Literally.
Like
Ben,
apples don't
take
grow in the
take a
ground.
step back and evaluate what you just said.
No, because you
You
think
said, do
so you think
pineapples grow out of the ground? Yeah. Everything that's in a tree
But that's
was
not how
once in
people
the
look
ground.
at it.
What?
People don't say apples grow underground.
Underground? No.
You don't say apples grow from the ground. You don't say that. You say they grow from trees.
Apple trees grow from the ground,
You could say that,
which produce apples.
but that would have been your same logic with pineapples. You were like, well, if they grow from a tree, then they still grow
Okay,
from
so
the ground.
you're telling me that pineapples just self-form out of the ground.
They do. Well, they grow from the ground. Yeah, we already answered that one.
But there's no tree attached to it.
There's no tree.
If
It's like
you
maybe
pick,
like a
if you
stalk.
if you pick blackberries off a blackberry bush,
Yeah, it's a bush.
the blackberry bush
not
is
a
the
tree.
device that delivers the blackberries to me, a customer.
That's different, though. That's not a tree. That's a
so
bush.
what I'm saying though is, so you're just telling me that the pineapple just the ground parts in the pineapple goes.
I mean, some things grow like that.
What grows like that? The only thing that grows like that I know of
Yeah.
is a carrot.
Yeah, carrots.
Because you yank it
You
out
yank
of the
it out.
ground.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
you're telling me that's how pineapples grow?
Not quite, but we'll look it up later. But what about green olives? Are they just unripened black olives? True or false?
No, that seems super dumb. That's got to be false.
It's got to be false.
No,
That is true.
there's no.
Green olives are just unripened black olives. That is true. That is
Why don't
true.
just?
creme? You're a cooker. You're
I
chef.
don't like that last answer.
You're
no.
chef. Creme fraiche.
Why are we moving on so fast? Yeah, creme fraiche.
Creme fraiche was originally created as a cure for baldness. True or false?
No,
You said false?
absolutely not.
You're right.
Okay, what f***ing psychopath
Hey.
is? Creme
don't know.
fraiche is basically the closest thing that can come to it right now in my mind is sour cream.
Yeah.
And if I went to a goddamn doctor,
Well, think about this.
and that doctor was like, "Here's a prescription. You can fulfill it at the local Walgreens."
Well, think
and
about
I go
the
to the
white-
Walgreens, I go to the pharmacy, and they go, "Oh, hey, we'll fill your prescription." And they're like, "Oh, okay, yeah, hold on a second." And they leave the counter.
sure.
And I'm like, "Okay, well, where could they be going? Are there some
it's not
secret
saying
drugs?"
now.
And they're grabbing creme fraiche
It's not
from
saying-
the dairy aisle, and then being like, "Yeah, just
But
slap
people
this down
use a
your
lot
head."
of weird stuff for cures. So that it's saying that it was originally created as a cure. But you're right. It's not. That's not true. So we don't even need to argue this one.
I mean, it's ridiculous.
All right, number 4. Red and green bell peppers are the exact same vegetable, just at different stages of development.
Is this is the goddamn apple? I mean,
Red and green
Olive
bell
thing.
peppers are the same vegetable, just at different stages of development. True or false?
well, they're all they're all peppers.
Are they the exact same? I mean, there's different peppers. Are they the exact same vegetable, just at different stages of development? True or false?
They're all called bell peppers. And if the olive thing is anything to go off of, they're probably just one is no, because they're straight up different colors. No, orange, yellow, and red. There is also green.
This is just red and green. We're talking red and green bell peppers. Are they the same vegetable, just at
Yes.
different stages of development? You said true?
Yeah.
That's true. Good job.
Yeah, you know what that's called? Context clues.
What is that called? Concept clues?
Context clues based on the dumb olive thing, which I'm still a little upset about because, like, what kind of marketing is that? Like
I don't know. I don't work for olive.
Like
farms,
green
I can't
olives
tell
are
you.
super specific and they're like sour, but like I can't picture.
I've never
how-
had an olive, so I couldn't tell you.
What?
Olives are disgusting. They look like little eyeballs. Why would I ever
So
want to
black olives are okay on pizza.
eat? Ugh, gross.
I used to just eat them out of the can, but green olives, I love green olives because they're kind of sour.
Yeah, no, not a fan. The modern depiction of Santa Claus was created by Coca-Cola. True or false? Not the Santa Claus as like an individual. We know St. Nicholas and that sort of thing. The modern depiction of Santa Claus, was that created by Coca-Cola? True or false?
No, there's no way.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I mean, dude, Santa Claus has been around for forever.
No, that's not what we're saying.
Well, that's not
the
no,
modern
that,
depiction of it. Was
no,
that
that's what I'm
created by
saying.
Coca-Cola?
Is like it's been around for so long. A million different people have come up with like what Santa Claus looks like.
All right, are you sure though?
Yeah, 100% positive.
Okay.
Yeah, give me the right answer.
You're right. It's false. It's false. It's false. So you're correct.
Oh, sorry. The way
I'm
you're
doing
saying
I'm doing the buzzer when it's a false answer, and I'm doing the bing
that's
when it's a true
super
answer.
super misleading.
Sure. Next one. We're halfway there. Over 70% of the world's cabbage are grown in the country of Croatia. Is that true or false? Over 70% of the world's cabbage are grown in Croatia.
How am I supposed
True
to
or
know
false?
the geographical representation
You got to take a guess.
of cabbage?
Context
No.
clues. Are you
Croatia seems like a third world country.
sure? So you're saying it can't be grown there and imported to the various countries?
I don't know, man, because like I don't.
Do you know
when
anything
I
about
think-
Croatia? You ever heard of Croatian cabbage?
No, I haven't heard of Croatian cabbage.
Okay, well, I guess
Have you heard of Idaho cabbage?
I guess you're not watching enough,
Yeah,
cabbage
okay,
shows.
it's
So,
definitely-
so you think it's true or false?
That's definitely false.
Okay, false. So you're correct. It's false.
Okay. What a
You're
weird.
doing pretty good right now.
Yeah.
You're doing pretty good.
Don't test me.
I'm gonna get you.
I'm
one
on
of these
fire
next
right
four.
now.
Yeah, you're on fire right now. You're doing better than you did with the animal stuff.
Yeah. Well, okay. I still have some reservations about that.
Number 7. Dog food gets tested by humans first. True or false?
No. No.
It's true.
No, it is not.
Dog food gets tested by humans first.
Are you telling me
Yes.
that there is someone dedicated,
I'm
like
telling
their
you.
sole goddamn job is to literally be like, well, I guess I gotta go to work and eat
And
more
they make-
dog food
They
again.
make good money from
Does
it.
that include wet food? Because that's
Yes.
f***ing disgusting.
Yes, all dog food is tested by a human before it's tested by a dog.
That's literally one step above baby food.
I'm with you. Look,
Why are they testing? It
don't
doesn't need to be. You can achieve the same results by testing it on the dogs.
yeah, but what if it kills a dog?
What if it kills the human?
People care more about dog.
What a more embarrassing way to die than the obituary reads. He took his last bite of dog food on Thursday at roughly 3:30
It's a
p.m.
good career. I don't know why you're knocking it. Next
Son
one.
of a bitch was 2 years from retirement.
You got 3 more.
before he ate those kibbles and bits.
He shouldn't have ate them.
I did
But it's his
eat.
job.
I have eaten a dog treat before,
course you have.
but it tastes bad.
Yeah, I'm sure it does, but that's not why you're tasting
But it doesn't make any sense because so then
I mean,
aren't-
they're not giving it to the human and be like, "What do you think?" And he's like, too much salt." No, he's like testing it and being like, "Okay, is this edible?"
he's purely testing it to see if there are no adverse effects to eating this dog food.
Exactly. Am I dead yet?
That is so much worse because there's no gain in it for them. They're just going like,
Money,
Hey,
financial.
I'm still alive. I would love to pull the numbers.
If you are a dog food tester, email us at randomwordblog@gmail.com.
What a weird
This
job.
is a tough one. This one, next one. So I stumped you on that one. I might stump you on this one too. It is illegal to grow tomatoes in Italy without a special license from the Italian government. Is that true or false?
That's super false.
Okay.
We grow tomatoes everywhere.
I mean, Italy, you never know. They got special tomatoes. Oh, the buzzer didn't even sound.
I do know.
There you go.
I do know that you can't call grapes or you can't call champagne unless it comes from a specific part
of
Italy made from champagne grapes.
Yeah.
So everything else technically is just sparkling wine.
That makes sense. Yeah. All right, here we go.
Last
Number
two?
9. Last 2.
Okay.
Potatoes are 80% water. True or false? Potatoes are 80% water.
I'd venture to guess that potatoes are 80% potato.
So
No.
you're saying that's false?
No. It's false.
It's true.
No, it's not.
Potatoes are 80% water.
Ben, I've never. Well, granted, I don't eat raw potatoes that often.
Look, I'll Google this right now.
If it's 80% water,
Potatoes are
you could literally just
80.
bite into a raw potato and get a significant amount of hydration.
Our potato is 80% water. The potato is about 80% water and 20% solids. There you go.
It is it feels like a rock.
And 100 pounds of potatoes is 99% water by weight, meaning there's 99 pounds of water and 1 pound of solid. It's a 1 to 99 ratio. Yeah, it's mostly water.
There's no way. There's
Man.
no way 20%.
This guy's so dumb. Like, how did you not know that? Like, haven't you ever like floated a potato in the water and it's like, oh,
Do they
this is-
float?
I don't know.
Are you assuming because it's made of water, it would just start swimming?
This is this last one. All right, let's see what you got here because you were hot for a bit. Now you've gone cold. How can you finish right now? This is number 10. Hawaiian pizza was created in Canada. True or false?
False. Nope.
It's true.
I was going to change my answer because of your
too
stupid
bad.
smile.
It's too bad.
No, why is it called...
Hawaiian pizza was created in Canada.
Riddle me this. Why is it called Hawaiian pizza?
I don't know, because,
Is
like,
it because
pineapples
Canada
and
was
stuff?
like, we've made a mistake. Let's pass this off to another country.
Well, ham and pineapple is like really big in Hawaii, so they were probably like, oh, we should just call this Hawaiian pizza. Why is this called margarita pizza?
Why was it called Canadian pizza? Or ham and pineapple pizza? I'm telling you that there's no other way. They were trying to pass it off because it probably wasn't that popular at first.
All I'm going to say
Is ham a Pacific... I was going to say, is ham like a Pacific type of meat?
Yeah, pigs are big in Hawaiian culture and food. And that was Ben's Quiz Corner, otherwise known as To Be or Not to Be, or Truth or Not, or whatever the hell the name was that you gave.
Truth be told.
And Salty Dalton, you batted about 500 there. You did pretty good.
Some of the questions are pretty stupid, though.
But you can't say that when you got them wrong.
Well, you just didn't provide any backup supporting information, so I
trust the internet. The internet has never steered me wrong. And we're about to get some real good ideas going here. Because this is Fishbowl, everybody. Turn it up, turn it up. It is time for Fishbowl, the segment where we pitch terrible or useful inventions or investment opportunities. I love how long the bubbles go. So, Salty Dalton, would you like to go first or second for Fishbowl? Now, you were kind of scrambling there to put together an idea.
Yep.
Which is sometimes how the greatest ideas come to play. I mean, Einstein scribbled his ideas on a piece of paper.
I think it. Oh, sorry.
What?
My nose got super itchy.
Okay.
I think it paid off in a huge way.
For Einstein? Or for you?
For me.
Oh, okay. I said Einstein would scribble stuff very quickly as well. So you're basically on the same level. All right. So would you like to go first or second? I'll let you choose because of that disastrous quiz situation you just
I can go first.
Okay. 60 seconds are on the clock. Welcome to the Fish Dojo. Let's hear what you got to say.
Well, listen, we're in a modern age. With modern food, there are foodie restaurants, there are crazy snack combinations, there are probably 80 different flavors of Lay's chips. And so what I want to bring to you, the consumer, is a way to vet your sources, a way to know what you're going to buy and to understand whether or not it's worth the investment. I'm talking about a revolutionary new cloud-based platform called Snack, S-N-A-K, Snack. Basically, this is where you can rank local foods, specialty items you find in the stores, new limited release, desserts and snacks, and basically it's like a Yelp, but for very specific snack foods, and you can look at it, you can sort it, you can look at the popularity, you can look at the taste rating, and you can make an informed decision. It's Snack.
So you read my invention, right?
Yeah, definitely helped. 100% helped.
Because you basically stole my invention and applied it specifically to snacks. Now,
yeah,
the problem is you've put me in a bind because
it's an amazing idea.
So the thing is that people are going to hear my idea soon. And so I can't really...
Fortune favors the
So
bold.
I can't be like, oh, that's a dumb idea, because it really has to do with my idea, which I think is
genius.
genius.
It isn't really your idea.
It's not the same, but it stems from it.
You
read this and you went, I can come up with something.
Yes.
So here's the thing, is because it is also similar to my idea, I agree in that I think ranking such items is a great idea, especially through an app. So, I mean, I'm kind of forced to give you 4 of these because, again, it falls in line with my idea, and now I'm going to look like an idiot because I have a similar idea.
We're not going to talk about my idea at all.
No, we'll talk about them jointly here. Because, Fish, here's my idea, which is going to be a little similar from what you just heard.
Well, based on what
in your life...
Doesn't seem very original.
Excuse me, Fish, I'm talking. In your life, there are a lot of items that you come across and a lot of choices you have to make. And there's items that you own right now that you kind of got to prioritize a little bit. Well, no longer do you have to be the one to prioritize and rank the items in your life.
What?
Because Life Rank can do this for you. Here's what you do. It's going to be a little different. What you do is you scan...
What does this mean?
You scan all the items in your house with the Life Rank app, and it will... Life Rank will rank those items
Oh
for
my
you.
Jesus.
So it will rank them by like importance, need, necessity, and any other categories you'd like. And Life Rank is the app.
I could have gone second and still would have blown this out of the water.
I mean, there's nothing.
So when I read it originally, I thought it said life events. So like the things that happen to you into your life, you can quantify. Be like, I went skydiving. Oh, that's like
no, it's life items. So like ladder, like paint can.
And all it does is rank it by importance to you, a person.
Importance, necessity, cost, the extended amount, like
So-
value. Like, can you sell this in 10 years? What's the most? What's the
Okay,
most
so
value
I
you can
can
have?
see this as like a really useful way to like to keep track of your belongings and to know when to shed excess stuff. So maybe you can
Life rank.
Are there like limits on there when you're approaching like a certain amount in your inventory? Because does that include like food in your pantry?
You could, yeah. It's up to you. Life rank. However you'd like to rank it. So yours was like,
Mine was basically
Cheetos or Doritos. Which one is ranked higher?
no, I'm talking about like limited edition jalapeno infused like puff explosions from Cheeto.
But what is your app do?
So basically, it works like on the same foundation as Yelp. So people who
Okay.
sign up and they're called snackers.
Okay.
And once you sign up to be a snacker, you are offered incentives to go try some of the new things in
Sure.
your area. So it's geographically based.
Okay.
So if I were a snacker and I'm in the Washington D.C. area, there might be a pop-up restaurant, right, that serves like what's something ridiculous, like those cotton candy burritos
Sure.
with like ice cream in the middle.
Okay.
And it's like, go try this. We'll give you 10% off. If
Okay.
you're a snacker, you try it, you rate it, you talk about your experience, and then someone
So it's
else.
just Yelp. That
It's-
already exists.
It sort of, but it's just based on like specialty snacks and desserts.
So you could do that, or
Because you could go
rank
to the, like, it would basically
all the
be like-
household items
Yeah,
in your
but
house
that doesn't
of
s-
importance, price, value, necessity, etc.
But don't you ever see something like on when they do like the commercials, be like, oh, like this new crazy beer that just came out.
Sure.
You go on Snack and you look at the reviews for this limited edition beer, and it's like, oh, this is actually pretty solid rating. I might enjoy this. Or the crazy different, like when Lay's has that right
Like
in
the
your own
Chick-fil-A
flavor.
mac and cheese. I
Chick-fil-A
haven't tried it yet.
Chick-fil-A mac and cheese would be on there. So
Yeah.
it's not just Yelp, because it's not when you're not Yelping the restaurant. You're Yelping
The items.
discrete food items
Okay.
that ranges.
I already gave you 4 stars.
Yeah, that ranges from a fast food restaurant, or it could be in a grocery
So
store.
if you're into ranking, you can get Snack, and you can also get Life Rank, and you can
Yeah.
just be ranking things left and right.
Yeah,
So
I
mine's
mean-
probably 4 stars as well, right? Let's see.
I think yours is 3 because, like, have you ever,
One,
if
two-
you've ever
it's like
had
the same
a,
idea though. So.
if you've
Well, go
ever
ahead.
had a yard sale, right?
4.
I always decide whether or not, like, I'm like, oh no, I need to keep this, or this is important. But like,
Sure.
if you can look at the value of that stuff,
Yeah, you'd be like,
you could price it out
Exactly.
and you could decide what you want to sell.
Life rank.
I'd give it 3 stars.
yeah, 4 stars makes
3
sense
stars,
because it's the
but-
same idea, and it came from
Are
me.
you sure mine isn't a 5-star idea? Because that's pretty good.
Cut. I'm listening to the director. Let's move to the next subject matter, and that is Pilot House. So we've created inventions and ideas, right? Business opportunities. Well, in the same vein, we're also creating beautiful, beautiful television. Yes, Pilot House, a chance to create TV show pilots. We'll flesh them out, talk about them, and I will go first for this one. So, Salty Dalton, in the world of television, there are a lot of like Survivor type shows. There's an actual show called Survivor, like a game where it's all these people on the island, blah blah blah. We've all heard of that by now, but they're usually competitive based games, and or things like Bear Grylls being stuck on an island and can he escape and can he survive and that sort of thing. What we're doing is we're taking that concept, but instead of a Bear Grylls or a Steve Irwin, rest in peace type guy, you're taking an everyday businessman out of New York City
Okay.
and you're putting them on an island, but the piece of fact that you don't tell them is that island is completely rigged by a professional special effects crew. So this island has crazy booby traps. Basically, think of any kind of special effect. This island
Like,
has
are we
it.
talking like Michael Bay level?
Like pretty crazy stuff. It's got a good budget. So this person thinks they're just on a show called Solo Island where they just have to survive and there's cameras and they have to kind of live their life in that way. But we're upping the ante because there are special effects that they do not know about. We're talking about maybe put some actors in it where this person thinks they're on the island solo, and then
Stumble upon a native tribe.
Exactly, native tribe that like kidnaps them, and like it looks like he's gonna be killed, and he's like, guys, like come save me, and he's like, because he knows there are cameras. There's not a camera crew, but there's cameras hidden around the island, and it's all rigged completely. And in fact, you wouldn't even have to go find an island. You just find like a beach somewhere and convince this guy that it's an island.
Yeah.
And you could just put this all together. And I think it would be very entertaining to take this random Joe Schmo from New York, put him on this fantasy island with special effects.
Okay. What's I like it. I think it's interesting. I think you'd have to work out some of the sound issues, right, to like get them.
Oh, there are mics hidden everywhere.
Okay.
So this it's almost
So you're
think of it-
basically steering them into the directions that you need them to go.
Exactly.
It's like a Truman Show.
like
type
you could
thing.
you could put like a treasure, like a box of treasure in there or something, and a treasure map, and like this person's like, this is dumb. Like there's no
So
treasure.
you
in
bring them there, be like, it's a business guy, right? So you're flying him out to meet a potential client, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden. He gets into a helicopter, right? And he's like, this is insane. This is so cool.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden the helicopter is
Beep,
like
beep.
above this water.
Yeah.
And this guy throws him out and he has to swim to shore. And that's where it starts.
And there's cameras everywhere.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Because you kind of get to see a lot of the raw emotional, like he thinks he was doing something and he has no idea he's
Not
being
to make
filmed.
this like dark, but wouldn't it be awkward if they like tried doing that and the guy immediately kills himself?
Yeah.
Like within like the first days,
That'd
like,
be
I can't
crazy.
live in this island on my own. And you just got in there, just oh god, no. But here's the thing: the person's never in any danger, real danger. They've got cameras on, they've got a EMT crew like on, ready to go, because it's not a real island, so everything is accessible. But this guy thinks that he's in the middle of nowhere, and you just kind of see the test of the human spirit with special effects. You maybe sneak in some like alien special effects, and he's like, "What the hell's going on?" He like stumbles across an alien
I
body.
think it's interesting. I like it. Yeah, because like.
And the audience gets to, there's a poll every week, and the audience
Do
can
they decide
choose
what they run into?
different things that happens. Yes. So it could be like, runs into an alien this week, like a fake alligator or giant boa constrictor. Like you can choose different, or like, there's a mud pit that he falls into. I mean, there's all these different things that the audience can choose.
So if this is going to be a longer term thing, right? So you're sticking with this guy for like.
Yeah, it'll be like a couple months.
Right. So maybe it's more of like, so he gets dropped on this island, no questions. He has this all revolves on the fact that he has no idea he's being filmed, and this is just a thing that happened to him.
Sure.
It would make more sense if he got to the island and he found like a cabin that was fully stocked with amenities, and then he just lived out of there, and then that way every day he ventures out of his cabin, whatever the people voted on will happen. Right? Okay, I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah, that'd be cool. I like it. What do you want to call this thing?
The tentative name was just Solo Island. I hadn't really thought of anything else, but I'll keep noodling it.
Maybe Choose Your Adventure, since it's a fan based.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm chewing. What about you? What do you got cooking over there in Netflix Studios?
So I changed it originally while you were talking, and I'll pitch you the name first.
Let me guess. Solo Island, and there's an island, except for it's all foodies, and they're all snacking. Rank the island food.
Hey, dude, if you want to be a snacker, come join the snack army.
I already am a snacker.
So the name, Narration Games.
Okay.
Basically, you're going to take a bunch of people who are aspiring for you put out an ad, right, for like a Netflix documentary. And you'll get people from like famous people volunteering to your Joe Schmo trying to make it in the narration game. Could be a
Okay.
sports announcer, anything. It depends.
Could
Whatever.
be Dylan McCloskey.
So you put out a bunch of different job things, right? So you do like sportscaster,
Okay.
color guy. You do a narration thing, or for a commercial you have to read all the side effects, and
Okay.
you gather all these people, right? And then you get them all in this room. And then you'd be like, "Hey, welcome to the narration games." It's basically it's a head-to-head thing. Winner takes all.
Okay.
The winner gets to actually narrate a real Netflix documentary.
So it's like a competition show for narrators.
It is, but the way you determine whether or not they have the ability to narrate at a good level, you know, they're rated on, but not only their voice, how smooth and silky it is, but also their ability to describe what's happening.
Okay.
And so you basically take each one of them into a room or something, or put them out in the city and make something crazy happen. Sort of like what you're saying with special effects, but like have them be walking down the street, and then like the whole thing is like, yeah, we're gonna take you to the thing, and you got to start narrating it, and then have a building blow up, and then have that person have to start narrating what's going on until something happens. Yeah. And so you do that for each person, and then they get rated by the judges, and then they move on to the next one. The other guys have to go home.
So you're always got to be on your toes, like something's.
You always got to be on your toes, and then you're asked to narrate what's going on.
Put them
and then
in, like,
you
really
can like
weird situations. Like there's like
a bear pops out, and a man and a bear are fighting, and the person has to be like, "You're the man who's like this," and like for sportscasters, that'd be gold, right? They'd be like, "They're exchanging blows with a strong right hook, and he's down."
Exactly.
So it'd be the narration game. So it'd be very niche, but it'd be like a fun way to determine.
I feel like there's enough aspiring like broadcasters and media personalities and all this stuff that there would be an audience for it.
Oh yeah,
that people would be interested in it, because it is kind of taking like that competition reality show and putting it in this
it's
specific
basically like
context.
it's like almost like a Ninja Warrior thing, but guess what? You don't have to actually be buff. You don't have to know how to do this. You just have to be able to describe what's happening.
You just have to use your voice.
You'll get a lot of news anchors on there too.
Yeah. No, okay, I like this. Like for the news anchors, you could put them in a situation where they're like, or you're like one episode, you're like, all right, we're gonna put you behind the desk, and we're gonna do the live reader, and you're gonna have to just read what it says and keep your composure and all that sort of thing, and you just put the craziest shit on the live reader.
Oh, that too. Yeah, 100%.
Like
so
50 kangaroos had sex with your mom, and then like you have to like say that without like laughing. You have to be professional.
Yeah, and so and essentially like, you know, it's a win-win because the person gets a lot of exposure, right? So maybe
even if you don't win the show, you could get picked up by a local news station.
You basically end up being a voice actor. Maybe you could star in some roles, but like you're guaranteed to. Netflix has this like, and it's a big reveal for their documentary, right?
Yeah.
So like at the end, they'd be like, "Congratulations, you've won it." They give them like a golden microphone.
Oh, that's a good prize.
And then they go like, "And now you get to narrate," and they like pull up the thing, and it's like the survival of the American honeybee. Yeah. And that's like a huge one because like bees are a hot topic.
Bees are huge. I mean, bees are really
so
hot.
It's not like it's probably not going to be like a blockbuster TV show,
but it would be something somebody would throw on.
It'd be like a cult following.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, they throw it on the Netflix. I mean, there's so much on Netflix, you're bound to stumble across it.
Oh yeah.
I like it. So that's Pilot House. We got a couple movie or television ideas there. Now, let's continue the advice train with a little do's and don'ts.
Just do it! I don't think so. Just do it!
So this is our chance to give some do's and some don'ts. Now, Salty Dalton's usually the one that prepares these. I did this time, so these are new to Salty Dalton. He hasn't had no time to think about them, but we'll hear his thoughts. We'll start with the first one, Salty Dalton.
Ooh, this is a loaded one.
We're getting a call. We're getting a call.
Who's calling?
Oh man. Always calling in the middle of the show.
Is it Ian again?
Yeah.
Ian, welcome, corn-fed.
Ian, are you there? Ian, are you oh, okay.
You know, it sounded like some really heavy breathing going on. You think maybe
I don't know. No, I'm sure it's completely fine. He just probably called and then, I don't know, maybe the sound's weird. I don't know. Or he's kidnapped.
He's either kidnapped or maybe he's, smooshing.
Oh, I don't think he would call me during that.
Obviously, he's not making like the...
Hold on a sec.
Yeah.
I gotta call Ben. No, I don't know what he's doing, but he's got to leave us a voice memo. We'll figure that out. Anyways, so the first one, Salty Dalton, for do's and don'ts. Arguing with a spouse. Now, we're both married. Mm-hmm. You're bound to have some arguments here and there. It's just how relationships work.
We'll level set the conversation by saying,
sure,
if you don't argue
there's
with a significant other, there is something wildly wrong, and you probably need to take a deeper look at your relationship.
You gotta argue, and we're not talking about we're not throwing fistfuls of socks with quarters in them at each other. We're talking about you gotta have your
spats. That's such a specific reference, and that's like something that I imagine happens in prison.
You gotta have your spats. You gotta have your spats.
You do, and they can range. And the best thing about arguing with a spouse in particular or maybe long-term partner, your significant other, whatever you want to call it, all inclusive, is that it can happen over the dumbest things.
Oh, yeah.
And it can become a full-blown thing, and maybe it's purely because it's cathartic, right?
Yeah.
So it could be something small, but you have both been looking for a reason to just unwind.
Real quick, before we do the do's and don'ts, give me one example. I've got one at the ready that I can think of. Give me one example of, like, a very dumb fight that you and Ashley have had.
Okay, one was, what did I do? I moved something.
Yep.
From wherever it was supposed to be, I kept moving it back.
Yeah,
And
mine's
like,
the same thing.
And so it was just like,
Mine was the laundry hamper.
oh,
She wanted it in one place, and I kept putting it in the other place. Did not go well.
yeah. I don't even. And this is why it's amazing, because like I can't even remember the specific item that this happened for, but it was just like, it was the landmine. It was something that you stepped on,
Yep.
and like sometimes you figure it out for the first time that this bothers someone. They've just been really nice about it. But it's amazing.
But then when you know that, then it gives you a little ammo. So if you ever want to needle them a little bit, you know what to do that. Well, let's give some do's and don'ts for arguing with a spouse. So let's give some tips to the people at home here. Some do's and some not to do's when arguing with a spouse.
Well, one thing you should probably always have in your hip pocket is a really good excuse. So I'm not saying like the excuse of like I didn't know, or I was late, there was a lot of traffic.
Yeah.
You need to have hyper specific, hard to verify, or maybe you have built this alibi in advance. It needs to be extenuating circumstances to be like, let's say you forgot the anniversary dinner, God forbid, which seems kind of hard to do, right?
Yeah.
You would have something ready where you would pull out like this like booking report or something and be like, babe, I was like straight up arrested because like I was trying to save this person. You have like a newspaper clipping.
You were arrested for trying to save the person?
Or like something crazy. You just go on this thing and you provide little things to back it up.
Documentation.
And you'd be like, this is like, I would never do this if I was like of right mind, right?
Yeah.
This is like some crazy stuff happened. Like if you're looking at the news and like this tanker exploded on 495. I was 20 feet from that tanker.
Yeah.
Okay, I was trying to get home, but I was trying to survive.
And if it involves you creating like a fake newspaper or anything, like you got to do what you got to do.
You need to have a piece that backs it up, but isn't so much that it has to be believable enough, but it needs to be specific.
Doesn't have to be true.
You cannot be vague about it.
Yeah.
If you're vague, it's just like any other like, oh, I forgot. You have to have a specific excuse.
I like it.
In your hip pocket.
My do would be...
Actually, don't listen to this.
Yeah, she's not. Don't worry. None of our wives have caught up to this point. So my do would be... So let's say you guys are arguing about something. What you're going to do is you are going to find a video on YouTube of like a couple that like the guy like slaughtered or murdered his wife, or the wife killed the husband, or something crazy that happened.
Oh my God.
You guys are fighting. You may be in separate rooms. You send them that video. They watch it. They realize, hey, it's not that bad because this guy killed his wife and all you did was move the laundry hamper where I didn't want it. You know what? It's no big deal. I love you. We're good.
Right, so they're not going to convey that as like a threat, right?
So
you're not going to send that to them and be like,
don't
hey,
send that
this
like
is what
a
I'm going to
smiley
do
face.
to you. Yeah.
Yeah, no, just be like, man, at least I'm not as bad as this guy. And it's like, man murders 7 women. And it's
Or you'd be like,
yeah.
this guy, they had problems in their marriage too, winky face.
Yeah.
And like that way, it's like...
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. You don't want to... So there's a specific message you're trying to send in that, look, I'm not that bad. Look at this guy.
And maybe like later on that night, and you're walking by her because you're not talking. She's on the couch.
Yeah.
You're going to the kitchen.
Maybe like hold a knife.
No, you like trip and you drop a knife on the ground in the living room, and you pick it up and be like, oh, I'm so sorry. That's for later. I mean, it's for the kitchen later.
Yeah, the kitchen. Yeah, I'm chopping some onions. Yeah, okay, so that's my do. What's your don'ts for fighting with a spouse?
For fighting with a spouse or a significant other. Don't mirror their argument.
Yeah.
So you kind of like to say like,
well.
Like, what are you doing? Well, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, well, and you did this the other day. Well, you did this yesterday.
Yeah.
It seems like you'd be really effective at deflecting, but it will only increase the rage factor, as I like to call it.
Sure.
It's childish and it gets a response, and it feels really good for about 3 seconds.
Yeah, then
before
it kind of goes downhill.
before everything explodes.
Yeah.
So I would definitely stay away from like the the childish games.
Yeah.
And if you're really gonna argue, go for logic. The second you start doing that is the second your argument starts falling apart.
I gotcha. My don't would be if you're in an argument with your significant
Don't
other,
move the laundry hamper.
don't stay in that argument. And by not staying in that argument, I mean you need to pretend to go unconscious. So, so what this means is
Thud.
when you are having this conversation with them, you're arguing about something, just kind of be like, wait, hold on. And just kind of fall down to the floor and then kind of pretend to be unconscious for a second. Now, you don't want anyone to call 911.
Couple seconds.
Couple seconds.
And then just like start groaning a little bit.
In that couple seconds, they're going to have a lot of concern from you, and their anger is going to shift to concern and then to love.
Because they love you. They're gonna see if
Exactly.
you're okay. I think that'd be fun. Maybe
So don't stay conscious, wink wink, while you're
and then when you get up on the ground, you'd be like, oh, sorry,
oh man.
arguments give me anxiety.
I feel like I
attacks.
stayed up all night like thinking how much I love you, and I guess I'm just tired,
It knocked me out. Yeah, I'm just tired.
I was crocheting that blanket until 4 a.m, and oh no, I just spoiled the surprise. Well, I might as well just throw it away.
I moved the laundry hamper to
Yeah.
put it on top of the blanket to hide it.
Yeah, I was carving your name under the laundry hamper. That's why I was hiding it there. But okay. So those would be some don'ts. Go ahead and pick the next one here. You choose one of these next two that we'll do. We'll just do one more.
We'll do ordering a beer at a hipster bar. Now,
Yeah, and this is you know why I put that on there? Because of next weekend.
oh yeah. So basically, like, so we're in a beautiful age, and this age is craft breweries. This age
Yeah.
is like crazy, like we're saying.
A lot of beards, a lot of tattoos.
There's foodie bars. There's like
Yep.
hole in the wall restaurants that have crazy good ratings, and people like to think it's a secret.
Yeah.
So you need to know how to navigate environments like that, because for people like us,
You can't go in there and just go, I want a Bud Light.
we're savvy with
Yeah.
Well, it's funny you say that. My do
Oh, sorry.
is actually order one of the cheapest beers, most common beers on the menu,
Power move.
and you say something. You just have to throw in. If someone else asks, you throw in a little tidbit and be like, "Yeah, well, this is actually like it's a way of giving back to like this specific like thing," and be like, "This is actually like everyone's into the craft breweries, but like there's special notes about this specific beer like
Yeah.
people aren't tasting. It's going back to the original. It's going
Yeah.
back to the."
Thomas Jefferson was drinking this beer.
The mainstream is now the first stream that everyone drank from.
Ooh, then you can bring it back to that. So suddenly
And-
you're
and
the hipster in this situation.
You're the hipster because you're standing there
Yeah.
in this new bar with these fancy beers, and you're holding a Bud Light, and you're acting, and you're drinking it out of a fancy glass, or you're acting like this is the greatest thing in the world.
Yeah.
Because at that point, you're different than everyone else there, and they're gonna start feeling a little out of place because they think that you know something that they don't know.
I like it because then you turn the tables a bit.
You do. You flip it right on them.
Mine would be, so if you're nervous about ordering a beer at this bar, you're looking at the menu, you're like, what do any of these words mean? What are hops? What's wheat? What's pale ale? All these terms. You turn it around to the bartender and you just go, what do you think I should order? And then if he chooses something and you don't like it, it is not on you. You can just go, oh, this is disgusting. Like, I hate it. And it's suddenly his fault. It's not that your order was wrong because he or she is the one that ordered it for you. You have him order you another one, a different kind, that sort of thing. At some point, if you still keep hating what he's ordering you, they're probably going to comp you one of those drinks because they're the one that's selecting it for you the whole time. And that way you can get around not knowing what to order by just having them order for you. And then that way, if you hate it, it's not your fault. It's not like you're somebody who doesn't know what they're doing. You're just being like, but don't act like, oh, I don't know what to get. What should I get? Just be like, I love all of these stuff. What would you order in my situation? That sort of thing.
Now, I really like that because my don't is actually don't ever order a beer by its name.
Yeah.
So you're a hipster, you're a trendsetter. It's funny, too, because hipsters are supposed to be about things that were no longer popular, right?
Right.
But you need to set a new standard. And so instead of ordering, let's say the hazy IPA or the Devil's Luck ale, right? You would say
they're all like clearly beer names.
in order for them to prove that this is a hipster bar, that they're capable
Yeah.
of delivering this kind of service, all you have to do is be like, I'm in the mood for something a little tangy.
Ooh. Yeah.
And then you say,
There's
why
some
don't-
like wild terms out there.
yeah, you say some really crazy like, I'm
I
looking
want something
for...
that tastes like a sunrise.
I need something that's like the fresh morning dew as you walk through the grass when you walk your dog.
Like you know, like how tree bark tastes like after a warm summer afternoon. I want
Yeah.
something like that.
I want to be like, I want to smell honeysuckles, but I don't want to be next to the bush.
You know the book Charlotte's Web? I want something that tastes kind of like that. You know?
Yeah, like, about an hour into Lion King is how I need to feel when I'm drinking this beer. And you put that on them for them to then come up with the recommendation, right?
I don't
to be
know
like
what to do.
to be like, okay, well this guy knows what he's talking about. He sounds like he understands the actual essence of the beer, of the people that made it, right?
Yeah.
And so I think never order it by name. Make them provide you with the solution. Yeah, so it piggybacks off yours.
No, I
but
like it a lot.
I think by doing that you can kind of like fit in.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. My don't for ordering at a hipster bar. I would say don't order anything.
That's amazing. I was thinking about that. That's good.
The simplest way to gain power over another individual is to not do any action whatsoever, because that includes these bars. You don't order anything.
What you should do is when they come around and they ask, "Sir, can I take your order?" Something, be like, "Oh no, I already ordered at this really fantastic." You wouldn't know the name of it.
Yeah.
Bar.
It's right down there on M Street.
On M Street. It's behind a Chinese restaurant.
Yeah. You have to go underground for it. It's kind of cool.
It's incredible. Honestly, it's a freeing experience.
Yeah.
I'm just here to be here.
And pick out something like that's within the bar and just be like, yeah, I would never have something like that skull over there. Like, and then just get them kind of like thrown off their game. They're like, wow, but we're the new hipster cool bar in town. And you're like,
You found a better one, yeah.
I guess you've never been to Eucalyptus.
Eucalyptus is a good name for one, yeah.
Yeah, and that would be.
Yeah, they actually serve you the beer right out of a bamboo shoot.
Yeah.
And it's super crazy.
And actually import it from pandas. They buy them from pandas. They exchange.
The panda brewers,
the panda brewers they brew them and
making beers work over big vats of beer.
Yeah, I mean they do what they do.
Cool.
You know. Oh wait, I thought we were gonna be done. Oh crap. Is that Ian again?
Oh, I'm checking.
Is he having
Hey,
sex?
Ian, is that you?
Is it?
Ian?
Is it him?
Hello? Oh, guys, gotcha. Foil again.
It wasn't Ian, but we should be hearing him next week with his voice memo. Got a couple calls here on the call center, the randomwordblog@gmail.com, the best way to get in touch with the show. We got a couple. Salty Dalton, I'll let you read this first one here from Emily. Go ahead and read it.
Emily, she says she is 24, and the subject line says, help. Hey guys, so I've been trapped in this cave, for a few weeks now. A few weeks?
Must be on that show.
And I'm not sure what to do. The entrance is blocked, but I still have a few bits of battery left because I've had my phone off most of the time. So I was able to email, but not call for help? Emily.
I keep reading. What else did she say?
None of my location services are working, so I can't send my location to anyone. I hope my phone doesn't lose power here and it just cuts off.
Oh, do you think she ran out of phone battery? And
She might have.
But like the email must have still sent, which is kind of surprising.
That is surprising considering no location. Well, okay, so Emily's probably dead.
Yeah.
So the only thing we can do is probably give advice to anyone else. Maybe you're trapped in a cave right now, but maybe that cave is like, your self-image.
Yeah.
Maybe that cave is a
maybe
real
you're a hipster
cave.
and you're like, I want to go back
yeah.
to how we used to be. We used to be cave people. You know?
Let's see.
What's our advice to these people in this situation? I mean, if we could have offered advice to Emily, what would have been? You know?
It probably would have been look for okay, this is the whole thing.
Yeah.
Caves always have a second entrance, right?
True.
Because how else would animals get in there?
Exactly.
Right?
I agree.
There's got to be a way out.
Yeah.
So it may not be easy to find, but caves are never a one one entrance kind of deal.
Yeah, it's no one way road.
Yeah,
over there.
I think maybe you should have used your phone battery as a flashlight.
To
explore the rest of the cave instead of sitting there for weeks, Emily.
And emailing us. I mean, just think what she could have done with that battery power instead of emailing us. So I mean,
how crazy is that her final words were on a podcast that no one listens to.
Rest in peace, Emily. I mean,
rest in peace. What else can we do?
Next one, Jesse, 30 years old. Subject line is need to spend. Hey guys, so unfortunately I have 2 weeks a lot of 2 weeks here. Unfortunately, I have 2 weeks to live.
What?
And with no family to leave my immense fortune to, and no desire to leave anything to a charity, I want to spend as much as possible in the next 2 weeks. How should I spend?
We both know you're not going to get thank yous if you donate to a charity.
Yeah, don't ever buy it for. Don't spend your money a cent on teachers. So he's got a couple weeks. He's got a fortune to spend. He wants to live it up for a couple weeks. Salty Dalton, what's our advice for somebody who's got millions? Think of unlimited budget, a couple weeks to go, last couple weeks of the life. What do you do in this scenario?
What you need to do. Oh man, there's just so many things. I would go ahead and buy one building in every city.
Yeah.
And name it after yourself.
Sure.
And that way, kind of like.
Or what you do is you spend the money for a placard and you put it on a toilet bowl in every building in every major city, and it has your name on it and like your it's like your
what's this guy's name?
Your birth year, your birth year and your death year, and it's on like the most expensive crazy hotel in every major city. There's a toilet
and
with your name on it.
And then basically it becomes a like social media challenge to in every Jamie toilet.
Yeah, you got to find the Jamie toilet. If you go to the Taj Mahal, you got to Jamie.
Okay, so I changed my answer. So mine would actually be, if I had millions of dollars at my disposal, I want to create the most elaborate National Treasure-esque scavenger hunt. I need to plant seeds online with like, on Reddit and the deep webs of like a rumor to do this thing, and like they can find out that stuff. I want to have the most wild ass freaking just treasure hunt anyone's ever had, and I will have prepaid people in advance to chase after the people trying to get the treasure and set up different locations. That way, like
they can think, and they have to, when they chase after them, they have to specifically dress in like black suits with sunglasses and a blacked out van, so it's like the government's after us, that sort of thing.
Yeah, and like and it'll be basically everywhere they go, there's another team there, and they look a little different. Maybe it's like a rival gang or someone else is always pretending to look for the treasure. So this person gets into crazy stuff, they'll get shot at. I'll have precise instructions, and then eventually, if they're worthy and they make it there without dying or anything, then they would get the treasure.
Yeah,
I think that would be pretty cool, because
another way,
that's a movie waiting to happen.
It is, and anytime you have unlimited budget, you got to go National Treasure-esque.
Yeah.
Another thing to do is, what you do is you schedule social media posts and you create like a worldwide scavenger hunt. You say, I'm hiding $10 million somewhere on the earth. And you release clues. You schedule posts that will release clues long after you're dead. But here's the joke: is the money is not buried anywhere. It's just still in the bank. Like it's not actually. But people think like, because you set this all up and you create this worldwide treasure hunt for your treasure, but the treasure is not buried anywhere. You just with the rest of the world.
I think you have to bury several things so people find it.
Like weird stuff.
But it's a note that says like,
yeah,
you're too late. The treasure has already been moved to this location.
And they keep thinking like who got it, and then like it becomes like this frenzy. Like in the media and nationwide, everyone's going like, where did Jamie's treasure go? Who has Jamie's treasure? And it turns out Jamie literally burned it all in the backyard or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, a bonfire's not a bad way.
Or maybe Jamie ended up giving it to like just the homeless guy that's like on the road. He's like, he just hands him a duffel bag and it's just got like $10 million in it. He's like, live it up, buddy. And that's how your life ends. I mean, there's a lot of different things you could do. You could try every food on the planet.
You could try to save Emily.
You could hire a rescue crew to find Emily. You could literally go to every continent within like 7 days. Like you could do a continent a day, fly private to like the greatest islands. I mean, you could do a lot of different things, but I think the point is, or what you do is you pay a ton of money to leave notes to everybody that you loved, and they all say this is your fault. and then
that'd be
you
wild.
die.
Oh, or yeah, I guess that, or you pay enough money and you plant a lot of stuff around your house that would suggest that it was foul play.
Ooh.
And that's what triggers maybe this hunt for the
Investigation.
murderer and for your fortune, which disappeared the
Ahead
day
of time, you
died.
hire a camera crew to film everything, all this stuff, and turn it into a documentary.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and the documentary plays when you reach the end. If you've gotten the treasure or something,
Yeah.
it'll be like, hey, man, this is what we did.
Yeah.
And it'll just
This
be
is how I
one-
used the last 2 weeks of my life. Was it worth it? Probably not, but I'm dead, so who cares
Yeah.
at this point? Yeah. If
That'd
you're
be wild.
watching this, then I'm already dead.
I think I would definitely pay someone to get multiple people.
Yeah.
To
Chase
get-
after somebody?
No, to get plastic surgery to look exactly like me.
you? Yeah. And then send them to
And-
like India.
And just have them like basically have them in enough like wherever there's news being reported and
Yeah.
stuff, like
have them walk
maybe
by the desk
big
at
like
the Today
crash
Show
yeah
outside.
like as an extra back in there,
Have them
extras
sitting in the crowd,
movies.
like clapping at like Ellen, and then like, wait, is that? And then you like they sprint out of there and like, wait,
Anytime
Simon.
anyone like tries to say, hey, you look a lot, just start running.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you do that for everyone, right? So like you have like 32 people doing this all across the world in like,
I like
news
this.
reports. Someone's reporting and they're back there. Maybe they're being interviewed. Be like, I don't know. I saw a lot of
Yeah.
stuff. It was really crazy. And then whenever they ask for their name, they just run away.
Yeah.
But I feel like that way it would mess because you would have enough people who notice this person everywhere. It would be all over the internet.
Yeah, you set up somebody behind College Game Day, like they're
Oh.
holding a sign and it's a giant blown up picture of them.
Anytime there's a picture to be, anytime there's a chance to even make it remotely on national television,
Yeah, you're there.
where people
You
still
have
have
a
to
guy there.
sort of look. Sometimes it's obvious, sometimes it's not.
Yeah.
It's basically like a giant Where's Waldo.
It's like the
and they're-
presidential inauguration. You're there, like on the stage.
Yes, even
somebody
that, like
looks
you
just
pay
like
in
you.
advance to get
Yeah,
people
yeah.
to do that.
Yeah.
How wild would that be? Oh my god, that would be
That would be a great use of the money.
You would be chasing after
Yeah.
a ghost.
It would be incredible. That would be. That I think that's the way to do it. I think that's the way to do it. We got some good ideas for you, Jamie.
I would also pay to get them tattooed with stuff.
Oh,
And so
well, yeah.
when they finally get caught by someone like finally
like,
corners and be like,
clues.
"You look like my dead uncle," and they'd be like, "I am one of many," and you see like a number on their chest, and
Yeah,
it'd be like,
it's like 6.
"If you collect this all, you'll get the treasure."
Yeah.
And then they like, no, well, they wouldn't kill themselves.
yeah. I don't know what would happen at that point, but yeah, I like it. Now,
I
Jamie,
think it'd be wild.
Jamie,
Yeah.
I assume if you're listening to this show, then you're hopefully still alive.
I don't know. I mean, he probably submitted this.
I don't know when he
probably
submitted.
submitted this earlier in the
Oh
week.
no!
so it
What
could
if I
be.
waited this long to put it on the?
Well,
man, sorry about that, Jamie. Well, we'll be seeing you on Oprah, I guess, next week, or your doppelganger. Again, you can contact us, therandwordblog@gmail.com. You've got a few days to get these in. Again, we'll be doing a show next
we've got a
Thursday.
lot more coming in now, which is good.
Yeah, we'll have plenty for next week's show, but it is the anniversary. We want you to participate. We want your voice to be heard as we celebrate 1 year in the books. Now, Salty Dalton, before we end this show, the way it works, we'll still do it even though I wrote the format, is we're going to count down 3, 2, 1, and then we're both going to say the first word that pops in our head. And again, if we name the same word, then we could stop the show today. We may not even make it to the anniversary show because we could say the same word coming up here. So let's see what happens. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1.
Frame.
Graveyard.
Oh, gosh. I was gonna go gravestone, but I changed it.
That would have been insane. If
I
we had
would-
both started saying grave, we
I
looked at each other.
Oh
And
my god, yeah.
Stone, graveyard. That's episode 45 in the books. Next week, the 1 year anniversary of the
special. Oh,
special
damn, I thought we were almost
podcast.
there, yeah.
Yeah, we're almost there. Sayonara, my sweet suckers.
We are Audi.